the African Revival Center, changing the thinking of the black man through the message of revolution.
My name is Kayode Adeniji. I am a thinker. I practice law, and the purpose of my life is to change the thinking of the black man through the message of revolution on three platforms of law, governance, and youth engagement. I think I started with the third one, which is the youth engagement part of it. At the age of 15 in high school, I founded a leadership club in 1998 when I was 15 years old. And the results are there. Members of the club are doing great things all around the world. On the platform of law, I studied law, graduated, called to the Nigerian bar. I was head of litigation for a group of companies in Nigeria for 5 years before founding and establishing a corporate commercial law firm, Loricles Legal Practitioners. On the platform of governance, after finishing my law practice, went for service, I wrote a book titled The Righteous Man in Power. That was my contribution to governance at that time, and still the first book on earth that talks about people of goodwill coming into politics, into governance, and changing the destiny of Africa. So when I say that my life's purpose is to change the thinking of the black man on the platform of law, governance, and youth engagement, I've been able to do the three, and I'm still working on improving it more. On youth engagement, I volunteer as a literature teacher in a public school because the opportunity I didn't have, I believe that students in public schools should have the same. So it requires me to study law alongside studying some of the literature in English book to be able to impact the lives of the students. Yeah, how the message of revolution evolved. Interesting. I think while I was growing up as a teenager, we used to read a lot of motivational books from American writers and European writers. And at that time, we had a lot of motivational speakers. But I thought to myself, we go to schools, encourage students. And at that time, I was always thinking about the difference between motivation and inspiration. And I thought that in Africa, we didn't need motivation. We needed inspiration. I felt that inspiration was more powerful than motivation. So, and I always admired the fact that when motivational speakers come on stage, at the end of their speech, people would stand up, give them a standing ovation, and everyone would hail them. And I used to fantasize about me on stage, speaking and people giving me a standing ovation. But as time went by, after publishing The Righteous Man in Power in 2012, I had a dream on the 1st of March. The 1st of March was a Friday, about me being in a house alone. I don't know why nobody was around the house, and 5 of my proteges came to the house to say hi to me, and it was 1 a.m. in the morning. There were 5 presidents of African countries, came in one sedan car. And I was alarmed in that dream that why would 5 presidents cram themselves together in a sedan car? Where are your security details? And they said they've been planning the visit to me for a long time. In that dream, I was like an old man. They were younger. And they came into the house 1 a.m. We held a meeting. People spoke about how they were going to lend money to some European nations. You know, one of them spoke about the challenges he was having in his own nation. We prayed, strategized, and by 4 a.m., they were back to their hotel room because they came for a conference in Nigeria, like an all-African conference in Nigeria. So they sneaked out of their different hotel rooms to come to visit me. It was a great honor. And I woke up after that dream. My life has never been the same again. And I was asking myself what that meant. I think I got a clearance that in my lifetime, 5 African nations will be a developed nation. So I'm not sure whether they are like a Nigerian nation, whether it is one nation as Nigeria or divided nation, you know, there were 5 of them. And I was able to identify them by name, you know. They were in my house, went into my fridge, took, you know, different things for them to eat. And by 4 a.m. they were gone. And I said my bye, we said our byes, and it was so the message of revolution came as a result of that dream, and that it is time for us to leave the realm of resistance, of activism, to the realm where Africans begin to strategize for dominion, for dominance, to be at the table globally. So, and I believe that for us to get there, there is need for a change in our thinking. So the revolution is a sudden change in our thinking pattern. And that Martin Luther King Jr., Mandela, Fela, Nicola Kukuti, all of these people fought for the emancipation of the black man. But none of them talked about changing the thinking of the black man. So I was resisting the message myself, because if you are going to change the thinking of the black man, you have to be telling them bitter truths, and people are not going to like me. So for example, I said earlier on about motivational speaking, when people stand up and give you standing ovation. But when the message of revolution is not such that you will give me a standing ovation, you would not like me, you would dislike me, because the truth that I speak, they hurt. And then because all the past leaders, all the people that have gone in history of mankind that have been fighting for the black man have always been fighting for the black man. But they've never spoken straight to the black man and say, you need to change your thinking. You need to rise from resistance, activism, to actually strategizing on dominion. Nobody, none of those people have said that. And I'm grateful to God that God is giving me that message. And I'm ready to deliver it to the black man all over the world.